going on, everybody? Here we are again. And let's get started. I have a bug to fix. So I attempted to fix it yesterday when I saw it, which is probably ill-advised, I'd say. You probably want to wait a little bit until you have time to think about it. It didn't go very well. It didn't go very well. So why don't we go over it and see if we can fix it right now. I've only got about 40, 50 minutes. Let's see if we can fix it. Hey, open source, good to see you. Sorry for all the typos. Alright, how are we looking on the stream? Pretty good. Alright. So I'm going to pull up the browser and we'll see what's going on. I have to fix it first. Let's do the intro. Yeah, that's what it looks like right now. Alright. So if you are new around here, my name is Adam. The channel is called Coding Things IRL because that is what I do. And that's what we're going to do today. Remove the mask from my browser. And I think I'll just, I don't know, hide it. Because I don't want it to stay here the whole time in front of the code. You know. But let's go to BritePegs.com and let's see what the issue looks like. Alright, here it is. I rolled things back so we don't see the screen anymore, the splash screen. We'll re-add it. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. But what happens is when we go to save this, it will draw the image and then it will, something will happen and then we can't mess with the light power anymore. Let me show you. Alright, so here we're able to draw the image and then I added this feature where you can control this light power and it's pretty cool. You can make it a little darker so you can see your light bright image a little bit better. Alright. All well and good there. But then when you go to share it, yeah, we'll see what happens. So there's the URL right there. I'm going to go ahead and copy it. Alright, see, we can't adjust the light power anymore. Let's check the console. Nothing useful. Yeah. No good. Alright, so we're gonna have to take a look at the code. See what's going on. Alright, here we are in index.html of the React app. And this is the only difference right now. Although this looks like old code, I think. I think I need to pull some changes. Let me do that real quick. Yeah, there's some stuff there. I'm actually going to switch the branch because I rolled it back a little bit so that I could build forward rather than try to unravel a cord or whatever. All right, so I'm here now. Okay, so this is the index HTML for the React app. And the difference between what's happening on page load and then what's happening on the page load for when you are loading an image is when you're loading an image, it calls load state. And load state will overwrite the state here, and that's normal. All the functions overwrite the state. But in this case, it's not overwriting the state correctly. It's not bringing over some of the properties, or maybe a function is being left out, something to that degree. And it's not working. But like I said, there are other places where the state is being assigned. Not here. Seems like everywhere the state is being assigned on this main.js, there are 3 functions, and they're all causing an issue. We can confirm that in a moment by going to the BritePegs website and confirming the other function that we have that should be breaking it is undo or redo. I can't remember which one, if it's the other. Okay, so I'm undoing, and like you see there, I can't control the light power, so that's confirmed. So I don't need to do redo. I'm pretty sure it needs to be reworked. Okay. So the other function that manipulates the state and doesn't have that problem is the draw function. So let's take a look at that function. So we can copy it, or we can trace it from main. And this is what happens every time you click or move the mouse in front of the canvas. It's either going to I have my cam on my shoulders. I have like a neck mount for it. Is it weird? I'm trying to stay steady, but yeah, I thought I'd try it out. I was gonna do something else. I was gonna code for my phone this morning. That's why I have this thing. But maybe it's maybe I won't do it next time if it's weird. Okay, so we have load state. It's being called there, but the one that we were looking at was this one, handle main, regrettably named. And here it is. And you see state is being assigned here and here. So if we go into these functions, which are on a different JavaScript file called render.js right here, you can see state.pegs right here being assigned directly, and then state being returned after being passed in. Okay? So I think this is the answer. I think that we need to borrow this method for the load state and for the undo redo. So specifically for undo redo, we're kind of pulling state out of thin air, and we need to be passing it in. Same way that we're doing with handle main. So let's start there. So on my add event listeners, we've got the undo and redo right here. But we need to be passing in the state. So to do so, we need to create something a little different. Okay, so we are actually, all right, yeah. This should be okay. All we have to do is pass in state here. Just like that. And as well on redo. Okay. Now that we have done that, we can go to the functions themselves and make sure that we define the arguments there. Hello, Mushroom Cow. Good to see you. So we're passing in the state here, and then everywhere that we have a state manipulation, it's going to be here, and it's going to be here. We're going to pass in the state, and we're going to assign the state. And then 100% of the time, we're going to return the state. And I think that might have been where I had an issue before, is I was putting that return inside of the if statement, and it was causing the function to return an undefined. So if you don't specify your return, or if you just do return like that, what it returns is actually an undefined type. So there is something there. It's not like it's just emptiness. Things don't work properly when the state is loaded. When the state is loaded from the database. That's basically it. Things don't work properly when the state is loaded from the database. Because the state is overridden. By a bad state. What are you gonna do? This is unnecessary and redundant, I believe. Okay. Now, here is good. We're assigning the state to something. I believe I made this to where we could call this like this. Passing in the redo state. Yeah, I just never hooked that up. And then state will be assigned here and remove stray pegs. And then we will return state. Okay. We don't need to return state, I guess. Let me see how we're doing that in handle main. I'm supposed to have a nightbot in this chat. It's sleeping on the job. Darn thing. Alright. So how are we handling it in handle main? See, we're not returning. So for the sake of consistency, we don't have to return from a function on main. So we don't have to do that. I'm just not going to do it. I don't know if it helps at all, but Yeah, I'll worry about the Nightbot later, I guess. I gotta fix this bug, that's what's important. So... Jeez. Big old coffee sip. Alright, so... we're not returning state, we're just assigning it. So we have to make sure that this removes stray pegs function first, and then the other one are equipped for this to return state. So this comes from what, render? Yeah. So this does state.scene.remove peg. That's interesting. Peg not in state. Okay. It doesn't do any filters to state at all. It just removes them from the scene. So in the case of remove stray pegs, we do not have to return state. It's used as a reference variable. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna go back on that. I think we do need to do that. And it could be causing a problem that we're not. Why don't we just do it just like all the other ones? Just because it doesn't seem like there is a... Did I just do that? Scene C? Anyway, I don't care. Whatever. So anyway, build state history, this one. Okay, this is where we're gonna have to pass in state to this function as a reference variable, I think. No, it's the subject variable, so state. Because it's the one that we're changing. That makes the second one the reference variable. That's the one that we're referencing to change the subject variable. I preach a lot about logic and order of arguments because it matters in a minuscule level. You can very quickly identify, you know, what your arguments are when you can expect what you know, order they are. You know what I mean? I'm looking here, this is the state, that's what I'm changing. Redo state, that's either something I'm changing or something that I'm referencing to change state. So, just helps your brain, I guess. Okay. So here in two places, with bad indentation here, and VSC not helping, we are assigning state. State equals that. Okay, and I think that's good to go. Thank you. I think that's good to go. Thank you. I think that's good to go. And the only thing that we need to add to this is a return. Thank you. Man, those come by quick. I miss those when they happen. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Pay no attention to the moving background. I have a device that straps my my phone to my shoulders. See if I can see that. It's like a neck harness. It's the dorkiest thing you've ever seen, I swear. But it puts the phone closer to my face. And I don't know. I have a problem going off screen. So like I like to move around and stuff, so it kind of keeps me a little bit stationary. And I try to keep the background black so you can't tell that it's moving, but you can still see that it's moving pretty much. I gotta smooth that out or something. Yay. Okay. So I think I have the development environment here, and yesterday when I was streaming I didn't have a development environment set up, so I kept just committing and pulling it to the live production environment, and that's no good. You never want to get in that situation where you're like, you feel like you have to do that. So I'm just going to relax and take it one step at a time. So I'll go we'll build the React app. If there's time, we'll look at using the React start to listen to the React app while the server is running. Might be quicker than I thought. One of those things where you're just intimidated by it, but it turns out the whole time it was the right thing to do. That happens a lot. Less and less as you become more professional, but that happens a whole lot. Pretty cool. Okay. It's almost done. Let me tell you guys something. All right, this is an underrated thing. All right, if you are compiling React apps, try to get a better processor. Try to get a better processor. Right now, I'm rocking an i5 12th gen, and it's a good processor. But on my big computer, I have an i9 12th gen, and it takes an eighth of the freaking time. I'm not even kidding. It takes an eighth of the time to build that React app. It's not even perceivable. It may even be like a 32nd of the time. It's not even close. If you have the money and you can afford it, I'd super recommend a fast processor. A fast processor for React apps. It's crucial. Boost your productivity by tons, but probably also your power bill, if I'm being honest. Okay, so that's nice and built. Let's go into the main and we'll run the server. I just realized you can't see any of that. Whatever. Alright, so we're running on the server, connected to Mongo, so we're in the right environment. That's good. Okay. Well, let's attempt an undo. It doesn't work. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what the problem is. Okay, we get some errors. That's good. Alright, so somewhere we're, again, passing in an undefined. Let's see how it works here. Let's see if it's fixed on the load state at least. You know, I didn't see anything loaded, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that works. It's important. Alright, so there's the pegs that I just put down, but we still have the problem. Do we still have, do we have any kind of error? Let's look at the source and just make sure that things are working the way that we thought. Ah, okay. So here we forgot something. Here we need to assign state. Okay. Undo seems to have everything that we need, which is, we'll see what's going on with undo here in a second. But let's focus on load state. So load state should be assigning like this. And that's all we'll do for now. Get rid of this Chrome window. And maybe we can try to figure out what happened with undo. So undo is assigning state to this object here. I'm wondering if I need to like specify the other properties. I don't think I should need to. But we'll see. We'll see. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was very sweet. Hearts are very sweet. Hearts, 100s. The only one that's not sweet is the only one that's not sweet is like the eyes wide one. Three.js light bright game. It's actually live. You can actually play it if you want, if you're interested. But for now, we're trying to fix a little bug. I'm actually going to show it anyway. So node index.js. This is the Express server. All right, we're running on it. Let's open it up on the browser. Come on, dude. All right. So we should be going to the /art route. Let's verify that it still loads something. Okay, it's broken. Alright. Lots of errors. Tons of errors. Okay, let's see if there's a proto error. No, it's just all these. So something again is not being returned properly from load state too. So oh, okay, so yeah, it's the asynchronicity of it. I used to code C# a few years ago specifically for its integration into Unity for a game I was working on. Yeah, let me show you what I got. So you can go to BritePegs.com. This is for Doc Otis. Let me make that bigger so I can see it. Doc Otis or Doc Otis. All right, so it's basically an art editor / light bright game, and you can. That sucks. But you can lay these down. Let's just do something simple for now. We'll make like a silly smiley face. So I'll double the width, 14. I'll make it not filled. Maybe not double the width. Maybe a 10 there. I don't want it to look too ridiculous. There we go. And then I can start just deleting the ones I don't want. And then probably just add one more in. Or two or something, I don't know. Not a good artist. Oops. Control Z works. Oops, not a good artist. That's as good as I'm gonna get. When you're happy with it, or content with it, you press the share button, and then you can share on one of the social medias. I have X. It shows in a pop-up, but I'm copying the URL. When you share it, it has some server-side logic that should render an image. Hopefully that works right now. Let's see if it does. So I'll post it. Yeah. So sort of a hybrid web and game development project. What do you think? Alright, so get state by ID. That happens. That happens quite a lot. I mean, if you go back and watch my stream, I have 2 projects that are currently in the trash can. But it helped me learn a lot, you know. That's what's important. What I don't really know is how I can return the state from this. So, see if I can get some help here. I know that this needs to be an async function. Okay. And I know that this is where the state needs to be assigned. So if I begin to do something like this, so the ID is the reference variable, and the state is what we're manipulating. This might break that logic here, because I kind of like the ID being first. Alright, let db state equals, interesting. Okay, I think this is gonna be the fix here. So now we're awaiting get db state by ID, and then we're doing new pegs, and then we'll return state and new pegs. Okay, so the last thing that we have to do to make this async function work is call await here, I think. This is kind of outside of my JavaScript comfort zone here, if you can't tell, but I think this is how it works. So npm run build again. Might just start like manipulating that file directly rather than having to run build every time. Oh man, I had the browser in front of it the whole time. I gotta get better at this streaming thing. My coffee cup is green, and so is my screen. Oops. Alright, let's try node index.js. I mean, you know it. What would be cool is if we could get some real artists in here to make some really cool pixel art. That's what I think we need to do. We need some artists to come in and share their art. It'd be pretty sweet. Alright, yeah, we're connected. Let's pull it up. What we want to see is a state loaded from the database and it not break. Okay, it not break, that's good, but nothing loaded. Let's see. Okay, a new URL. Nothing loaded. Any errors? Cannot create property width on string. And it gives me a line. Ah, okay, we're not passing in the right arguments. Alright, tell you what I'll do. I'm gonna go directly to the build to save some time here because I'm running short on it. Close out of that. I'm going directly to the build, and I just have to remember to update this. Oh, that's totally minified. Never noticed that. Alright, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm going into JS here, and where we have load state called, we just need to pass in state. Like that. And I don't have to build the React app because I'm touching the build file. So just have to remember to undo it. Okay, first thing, any errors? Or is this just a bad, this is just a bad link? Let's make a new one, draw some stuff. Alright, let's see. Okay, it loads. That doesn't work still. Alright, let's try something. Alright, it does work. Subsequent state loads. I think that's a good change. Let's see. If I explicitly preserve light power here. Light and light power. Not from db state, but from state. Renderer. Does all that stuff get lost? Here's a better thing that I can do. I'm going to assign this to a constant, const new state equals that, and then I'm going to console log it and see what it is. Yeah. And then hopefully, excuse me. Hopefully that'll be the answer. Hopefully we'll see something in there that tells me that it's no bueno. Let's put it next to the state before that and see what happens. Okay. Console. All right, here's the states that we console logged. See everything there. Here we have a light of null and a light power of 200. Here we also have light of null, light power 200. So maybe actually somewhere else it's being overwritten, interestingly enough. Let's go further. In the init function, at the end of it, let's console log the state. And we'll go ahead and remove the other console logs that we laid down. The other one. All right, we're still in build. I'm going to go ahead and close out of everything else so that I'm not confused. All right, reload that. And get this set up better, actually. It would make sense for me to do something else. Hold on. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. F12. Console. Okay, here's the state. Again, null on the light. But. Wait, no but. Okay, so. Alright, so light works here on the slash route with nothing in it. And we have the light power set to 263. Interesting. Okay. I'm not seeing anything that would... Yeah, there's no different. Oh, there's soft light. Soft light. That doesn't go away. I know that doesn't go away. Alright, let's try a different approach. So... where we're adding to our GUI, we have this function called set light power. Let's take a look at that function. It comes from I don't know, scene? Yeah, there it is. So there's set light power. And we're adding the light power to whatever state.lightPower equals power. State.softlight.power equals power. That might be the reference that we're losing. Let's check that. All right. All right, so we should be able to go back to that /art route. Has to be a real one. All right. Okay, console. This is the saved state. And we still have the soft light. It still works. Or rather, it's still there. Okay, so that's not it. Back to the GUI. The function from scene right here. Let's remove all the other console logs that we might have. I don't know where they are. I'll have to find them. So they're not here. Yeah, I'll do that later. It's not really going to do much for us here. But here I just want to console log state and power, what we're passing in. And I'll get rid of that other one so that this becomes more clear. Okay. All right. Refresh again. All right, and I want to see console logs when I'm changing this. All right, I see the console logs, but you see they're only updating to 200. So the number that's being passed in there somehow is 200 every time. It's a little odd. So what could be the problem? Setting the power to state.lightPower. Is that right? How is that? That can't be right. State.lightPower. And then it's always just 200? How is that possible? Let's pass in this. Instead. I think this is going to be what we want instead. Wait, what was the order of the arguments? State and this. Should be, yeah, state and this. No. All I want to do right now is see what's in that self, because it's an instance of that GUI, and I don't exactly know what that is, what's inside of it. Alright, so refresh that. Uh-oh, what happened? Two errors. Deconstructing assignment target. 294. I mean, that's undoubtedly where we just were. guess you don't need to pass that in. All right, console. Undefined. Is that really what we're getting? What if it was just this then? Console. Come on, buddy. Still undefined? Is that right? Yeah. Coming in at undefined. Why do we need that? I don't know. I think the React changes are good. So I think I'm going to just proceed with those and worry about the light power separately because it's not what I thought it was. Yeah. It's, you know what I mean? It's setting it to something that's, I don't know how that works at all. No idea, dude. I bet you have to move that to here. I bet you have to move that to here. I bet you. Alright, let me try that real quick. Now I gotta go. So, set light power. Remove the import from here. Because it's not returning state, right? Has to pass in state, right? Yeah, whatever. That's fine. All right, did we fix it? No. Does it still work here? Yeah. Alright, I'll have to take another look at it later. I gotta go do my regular job. Anyway, we'll get this fixed eventually. Just have to actually figure out what it is. I was wrong about what it was, so once that happens,